Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Stanley Parable. I'm excited to play again. It's gonna be fun. So, we're gonna start. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Last time we did listen to all the directions. We've gotten 3. 1, listen to all the directions. 1, right door, lift no jump, unplug phone, right door, left door, no open box door. My mind at work. And then last episode, basically, this took up the whole time. Okay. Red door, lift, jump on catwalk. Blue door, Minecraft looking door. 1 rating, Minecraft door again. 1 rating again. Baby burn, enter house, enter mine, jump in portal hole, jump off, and then straight right for the last haunted house place. Exciting. Very thrilling. Today I want to see if I can get some of the smaller endings just cut off. I remember seeing a thing and it was, I could just head to a couple other people's offices and do that and just get the ending straight off. So I want to see if I can get some of the shorter ones and then, maybe next video strive for a much longer ending. I want to head to the red door next time, but there's so many things that you could do. Maybe when you go through the blue door, maybe instead of going through the Minecraft door again, you go through the left door. There's so many things. I'm a little late to this game, but I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm playing this game. And, we always got the beginner's guide, which is very, very exciting. I don't actually know what that is, so, a mystery. Okay.
This is the story.
Okay. So, let's see if I can
All
get
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
some of these
Stanley
offices.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Missed a memo.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I'm just trying to see if there's anything I could do. Oh god, my computer's off. Okay. So nothing here, it looks like immediately. Probably missed something.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story in any way.
I'm trying to find something. Maybe an open cabinet or something. Okay, let's move on. Let's touch everything in the office. Turn off the computer. Ooh, wait a minute. Now what's wrong with this guy's desk? Interesting. See what I mean?
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Yeah, it's a bad habit I got. Okay, maybe.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm trying to get all these doorknobs, man. Okay, let's see what we can play around with here.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ooh, broom.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I refuse.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
No.
No reason to still be here.
I refuse. Okay.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Okay. I said
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
downstairs. This is creepy.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself?
I just took
believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak
music
these words
reminds me of
was what shocked
GTA.
Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
What
I
the
must
fuck?
be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What the heck?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Damn. I literally went downstairs instead of upstairs and I died. What? Alright. Next thing. Skra. That's
All of his
crazy.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I want to try something.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's something I wanted to do before, but didn't quite have the time for it. So, no, I'm gonna just do it now. 'Cause why not?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Kill myself?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, that was that. Okay. Let's go through left
Stanley
door.
decided to go to the meeting room to check on his coworkers.
And
He never functioned well by himself,
let's
and he
just
constantly needed
go
support and guidance from
from
others.
there.
So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When
You know what I'm
Stanley came
thinking?
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's do right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Right,
it.
log in.
Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
You know what?
Look,
Let's
Stanley,
go through
I
the
think
red
perhaps
door.
we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. realize that
Really, I'm
investing
not.
your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What?
Oh my God,
Really?
I'm nearly
I was
falling
in the
off.
middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Nope.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why,
Danger
I don't know how to
everywhere.
convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
This again.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
What is this?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Equality.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I feel... No, wait. Where are you going?
Lovely moment. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Jump.
No! Oh, thank God. No. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please,
I
I'm
might have
asking you
broken
not
my
to take
legs.
this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go
I'm
back.
gonna
Why
go
are you
back up.
doing this?
Jump, and I'm actually gonna put. This is the second time I jumped.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Eat.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
What was that, 4 times?
I'm going...
Is this seriously just restarting? Because that's kind of a dead end to something. You know, that could have been something different. Could have gone on a little more, and that was in fact it. I'm gonna do same thing. Nope.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
No,
What if he had to make a
not
decision?
over.
What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh, okay. It's here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What the heck?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Refuse.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that caught? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
Just
open
do
door
the
on his
same
left.
thing.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
I'm not
investing
confused.
your trust
Did
in
they just
someone
put the
else can be
papers there and like
difficult,
this
but the
is
fact is that the story
restarting?
has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
I'm a
someone
little
you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really?
confused.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The 2 of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Wow, okay. Well, I don't know if this is just...
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going?
Right?
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. No! Oh, no. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Life sucks, bud.
Stanley, let's go back. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going...
So, pretty sure I just repeated the same thing over again, and I didn't need to. A little confused though why all the papers on the floor. Pretty sure I could have extended the story before a little more, so I'm just gonna do this whole higgity-biggity thing again. Hopefully I get somewhere. Hopefully. What? The door didn't shut. Not.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I guess that was the end of that.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes! Yeah!
Stepping into his
Excuse
manager's
me.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Okay.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley
What
couldn't
happens if I
possibly have known
refuse
this.
to do that? What a nice office, you know? What?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 845.
I want to see what happens if I just refuse. No, I refuse.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
There's a thing right there. There's a ting right there. Okay. Not listen. Don't enter code. Enter elevator. Next time, I'm gonna do the same. Next episode is gonna be the last bit. I'm going to try to get into that little bit that was there. Hopefully, I can do it. Now this is gonna
Deeper into the building, Stanley
be a little
realized he
different.
felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. Logging it in.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Okay, and... in a hallway. Okay. I think that's all to that. Yeah, that was interesting. This escape looks like I was going into like the depths of hell. Exciting. Oh. What the hell?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Terrifying.
it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the big picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
No, bitch.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
My sister's affairs escaped.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Find any secrets here? It's like a museum of my office. Ooh, different game sounds. Sounds like Half-Life. Office computer. To the left. Right.
Here, I'm just going to make this easy.
Okay. Take away the other right, because that door's kind of meaningless. I like this. Interesting. Very bright. There's a whole museum of stuff here. Well, I mean, just level that one. The level designer sent Darby, the writer, edition piece. Huh. Office, and let's write the state office into 11 and the third, first, second, third. Okay. There's more. Second trailer, so now we ask people to email. Did they write? Infinite quest, how many others? Wow. Well, to be completely honest, I'd love to stay and explore this entire building, but it's way off the time I said I was, or at least I told myself I was going to end this. So, let's go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Oh.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
Screw
time...
it. Squish. Huh. What is going on? It is just all black. I wonder, is something going to pop up? I mean, I'm good with waiting. I mean, I'm all good with waiting. This, right here, it's all right. You know what? Fine. Click to menu. Well, I guess that's the end of that. I just want to see something really quick. I just want to see if I begin the game if something will be different. Chewing gum, by the way. Couldn't hear already. interesting ending.
This is the story.
Guess we're just gonna head over here, and if it's the same, then I'll leave.
When Stanley came
Yep,
to
okay. Well, I had a great time filming this episode. We made couple significant endings, so that was fun. The one with the jumping though, still a little bit of an enigma there. Not sure if there's more to that. Maybe I'll just try staying in the moment next time. But other than that, I had a good time. So, see you guys in the next episode of the Stanley Parable. Goodbye.